Welcome to my channel. Why boys I fail in college? On the boy who do not reach their natural academic boundary during the course of their college career, but who fails to get through. There are no main classes, those who try and those who do not try. Many boys attempt seriously to make good and really have the native ability to do so, but find it almost impossible to sit at a desk and concentrate on the task assigned. There is the boy who sits down to study, opens his books, but before starting on his work says himself, I think that I had a better sharpened my pencil. It needed it is badly, and when it has sharpened it, it observes that all pencil needed sharpening, and so on until his time is gone and nothing has been done. Such nervous habits are not easy to improve and difficultly, but so far it cannot be accredited by anyone but the boy himself. Other can see the difficulty, but they most himself by the collar and make himself cultivative a poise, a calm that smooths the fidgets until he does not really try, although he thinks he trying, and often spend more time in the presence of an open book than many a book of equal ability who does good works. A common cause of failure in a mistaken ambition for the boy on the part of his parents, most often that I should wish I find a boy who is not showing any interest in his work and who is not trying to do it within my destination because he is following a direction mapped out by his parents that runs counter to all of his interests and abilities. I have made a number of very warm enemies among the parents of the college students by telling them that I am certain that the good Lord never entered among the parents of college students by telling them I am certain that the good Lord never intended their son to be a physician or dentist or an engineer. It may be that the boy has ability enough to any one of these things, but the long and short of it is he does not want to be. He want to be theoretical manager or a businessman or a book illustrator. It may be unreasonable for the boy to turn his back on a fine opening in the dental profession in favor of business, but reason cannot control all of us a general things. And the boy wins out of his such controversies, and he should also be said. The parents whom I have offended usually comes around after a term of year and tells me that his son was right and that he thankful to me for talking. The parents of the parts of the boy is the argument. If such boy fails, it is because he cannot bring himself to try to do the work that is disasterful to him, and that he feels leading him in the wrong direction. If the college is alive to his work of advice, such cases are catched before the failure complete. Another type of boy who does not try it is very bright boy who had always done his school work without effort and who had never learned that what real applications is. I suppose that he can float through college with a little effort as he did through school. I sometimes think that the bright boy who has always depended on his ability to get things quickly is the most pitiable object among all our failing students, for it is almost a tragedy to see all of his kidneys going to waste and feels that entire opportunity which all the colleges has to offer is passed up because of a too repetitive minded. The cure of is the sort of things it's again not easy, for it is involve have an entire change of attitude and forming of a completely new sets of habits. No one can do it but the boy himself. All that the rest of us can do it is a point out what is the matter. The question of a health, both physical and mental, is always one of the reason for failure. It is an adequate health services available in the college, and it is a proper